Hi, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and we're going to be doing something rather different today. So let me know if this resonates with you. If it doesn't, thumbs up, thumbs down. Let me know. So we're going to be doing a channeling mediumship reading. Now, I haven't done this on such a large scale, on YouTube like this. So let me know what you think, tips that you have or ideas that you have, because we're going to be working on this together. Okay, so before we begin this reading, if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see the energy that Spirit, actually, let's see the chakra energy that Spirit wants us to be aware of during this time. Angels and Spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading. Abundance, the root chakra. I love that. Cancer, at the root of us is abundance, prosperity, success, bounty. I mean, that is just going to be absolutely amazing for us. This real sense of I'm abundant, I am meant to walk forward in abundance, whether this be financial abundance, spiritual abundance, personal abundance, we're going to be embracing abundance, and we need to embrace abundance, but also embrace our root chakra. Okay. So let me just move these just a bit so you can see better. Okay. Then we have our energy to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. This is the King of Cups. Okay. We're having difficulty, or yeah, having difficulty stepping into the sacred masculine aspect of heart energy. Okay. So that's going to be something to be aware of. Now, we're represented by the cups and the minor arcana. So this is us. We're having difficulty with the sacred masculine heart energy. And that's just going to be something that we need to be aware of. We talk about sacred feminine energy a lot. And here, it's embracing the sacred masculine. It doesn't matter our gender, how we identify, who we are. This is saying here that embracing the strength of masculinity as well as the compassion and love of masculinity is going to be very important. We can also have had a father figure in our lives that was very harsh, very rough, okay, when it came to expressing emotions, their hearts. They might say, actually, they are saying right now, I wasn't any good at this. Like, I wasn't good at expressing myself this way. And it's something that they regret. And it's also something that has been patterned in you, but also in somebody very close to you. Okay. So just be aware of this during this time. Let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and Spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Here we have harmony. We need peace and harmony. Just that sense of being in alignment. This will be a time where we are greatly benefited from music, just things that are in harmony, that raise our energy vibration, that have us aware of our own energy vibration as we're moving forward, what we love, what we don't love, a real sense of harmony coming in. But knowing that singing bowls, bells, music, especially instrumental music, anything with a really beautiful harmony, and it has to be a beautiful one, just one that makes us feel very, very calm, not one with a loud bass, something very jarring. Something very calm, very quiet is going to be quite beautiful to us and quite beneficial to our own energy vibration. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides, angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly, guide this reading and show me clearly. Okay. What's very interesting here is we're crowned with the Two of Wands. There's a new pathway, a new doorway that is opening to us. And that's going to be a very good thing. There's almost a sense of, okay, so what I'm seeing here from Spirit is that there were doors that were closed to your past. And what that has done is that it's almost like because that one door was closed, like once upon a time, there were a myriad of other doors that were just instantaneously close to us. We're going to see that now. There's a sense of not only is one door opening, we're going to feel like we're opening one door, but there's going to be a myriad of things that open to us that we're like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know that was possible. That's because something was close to us. Again, once upon a time. This is like back in our history. It's either in our past life history or in our ancestral history, but there's a real sense of that door absolutely locked. Like, I'm just seeing almost like it was welded shut and now we're opening it. And it's like, oh my gosh, like I didn't know what treasures lay behind here. And there's somebody here who's like, yep, that is exactly where you want to be, where I want you to be. Their only goal was to get you to open the door. So you're going to be sitting there after that door is open and you've had this energy around you that was helping you get to this point of opening the door. And they're just going to walk away because that was all they were there for, which you can get a little bit frustrated with, Cancer. It's like, what the heck? Like you were supposed to guide me on this journey. And they're like, nope, my job was opening that door. That was huge. That was all I wanted to do. And you're going to see that there was this present around you that is now dissipating, or like this drive to you that is now dissipating because that door was opened. And it's almost like you just needed to know what was inside. You just needed to be able to open it. Then we have the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is a battle that we have faced before coming in, except it's not the same battle. And what's interesting with this is that we have the Page of Pentacles here. So it's like we're learning how to plant new seeds in the midst of old battles. And we're going to be looking at things and saying, well, how am I doing this differently? And what I'm seeing is quite literally like raised flower beds and Spirit saying you have to tend the flower beds differently. And that's going to be a very good thing for us because there's almost a sense of like we've gotten into a bit of a pattern. Oh, you do this and then you do this and then you do that. And what we're going to be seeing here is some sort of sense of like, well, why don't we try something new? Why don't we look at this differently? Why don't we, ask this question? And then we're going to see, because we do that, like different seeds being planted, different things moving us forward. We're going to get rather creative as we sink our hands in the soil. What that means to me when I see somebody sinking their hands in the soil is that we're grounding ourselves again. And I just feel this energy coming, especially through my jaw. That's where I hold a lot of my own personal tension. So we can see a lot of the tension that we hold being relieved, but we're also going to see a lot of what we were afraid to say coming forward. So that's going to be a very good thing. With the Page of Pentacles, we are becoming a student of prosperity. This is a time where we are really going to be learning and wanting to learn how to increase our wealth, our prosperity, our bounty, what we value as much as money. So I know everybody's going to be saying, well, Dane, of course I want to increase my wealth. But Spirit is saying here, that wasn't always the way that you looked at it. So it's kind of like going back to your roots, going back to what you initially wanted. And if it was to have so much money that everybody was jealous, it was like, well, what did that give you? Like, what did that bring you? So here, it's going back to what you originally wanted before it was about, the way anybody looked at you. It was what you wanted, respect. It's what you wanted, power. It's what you wanted, beauty, connection. We're going to go back to that. And it doesn't mean power over the whole entire world, because that's most definitely not what we're getting. But it's going to be a power in connecting with ourselves and what we desire and our bounty and where we need to be and how we want to move forward in us. There's a sense here of somebody wrapping their hand around a coin. And it was something so little, but it was something so monumental at the same exact time. There's going to be something that comes your way, okay? And it's going to actually seem like a little kid's trinket. But the idea that stems from it, the power that builds from it, is going to lead you to something so much bigger than you had originally anticipated. So be aware of that. I don't see it necessarily. I don't want you to think, like, oh my gosh, Dana's saying a huge blessing is coming my way. I don't see it as a huge blessing. I see it as something that is built on, that is powerful, that is independent, that is strong. And it can become a huge blessing, but it's going to be a heck of a lot of work before it's to that point of like, woohoo, this is wonderful. And I know a lot of people are going to get mad with that and say, Dane, I don't want any more work. That's not what I'm here for. I mean, okay, if you're not here for that, that's cool. But this is what Spirit is showing me. And when we do these channeling mediumships, I have to give you what's coming forward. I can't have everybody's ancestors come through and give them all by name because I will be completely overwhelmed. We're working up to things like that right now. The Ace of Swords. Okay? This is God's source spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, cutting through doubts, fears, negativity. Okay? There is something here. There's a gift that's being handed. Now, I don't see us necessarily thinking that we're getting it. We still have more to go. But there's a real sense of I'm untying a present. I'm opening a dream. I'm understanding a deeper insight. I'm looking at something in a new way. And with the Ace of Swords, there's a gift that's coming in that I've been working towards my whole entire life. I actually don't see it just your voice. I see your voice echoing. So it can be something that you have read that kind of inspired you or had you look at things in a different way. And you're echoing voices from the past into the present. So just know that those things are being woven together. You're cutting open, again, I'm seeing a ribbon being cut. To me, that means that a gift is coming forward. And that gift is going to be something where it's like, what do I do with this? Like, it's one of those things that's so pretty that you think, what do I do with it? And, or just so impractical, but it's so pretty that you're like, I have to have this one. Like, it has to be this. It has to be this over the top thing. So just know that that's coming. There's something about the power of your own voice that is now being recognized. And that's going to be a very important thing for you. With the Three of Wands, I don't know if I held up the Ace of Swords. With the Three of Wands, this is very much a sense of ships going in, ships going out. There's something here where a horizon is opening up to you that it's like, I stood on these shores before. There's almost going to be something, either you're going on a trip or you're opening up a book and getting an idea to go somewhere. And there's almost a sense of like, I've been here before that's coming forward. Okay? Know that you need to embrace that path, like that way forward, because you have been there before. And that's going to be a very important, very powerful port, like almost portal into yourself. There's a sense of acknowledging something from the past. It was gotten to by ship, okay? And this is going to be like the next step of a great journey. This is your next step of a great journey. This doesn't have to come right now. It might not come in April, but there is a sense here of the idea of it opening up, the idea of something more. There is a sense of like doors now being opened that were closed, right? And we can see that in the realm of the world, right? Something was closed for quite some while and now it's being opened. And we're going to start to see ourselves seeking something more. There's a sense of like what once was, it's just not doing it for us. But I see us, instead of like moving forward into like the great unknown, we're moving backwards more into where we need to be for ourselves. So that's going to be a very interesting thing. I do see travel, like it doesn't have to be that you're going anywhere really big. I do see the sea as being very important, especially if you are psychically, esoterically gifted. That recharge from the seawater is just going to be so powerful, so beautiful for you. With the Eight of Pentacles, just know during this time you can absolutely lose yourself in work, and that's actually a coping mechanism. Okay, that's something that your ancestry has been doing, or like your spirit has been doing for quite some time. It's like, I'm really good at taking a problem and working at it and working at it and getting it done right and getting it perfect and then moving forward. So just know here that instead of unwrapping a gift, or embracing a little bit of an adventure, or kind of grounding ourselves to our world and connecting and overcoming a battle, we can simply throw ourselves into work and be highly successful and highly prosperous in that avenue. So just be aware of that. There's nothing wrong with this, but it just means that we're pushing off the rest of this just a little bit more, a little bit more. So just be aware, because the 8 of Pentacles is hard work, it's dedication, it's determination, and also a real sense of, sculpting to beauty. Okay, to make something completely beautiful, but it takes a lot of practice. So, when you're drawing something out or you're doing something, you do rough drafts first. You try to get it just right. And innate ability, plays at it depending on how many times we have to do something. But I just see you here like getting something just right and wanting to do it like that same way. Spirit's going to push you out of your comfort zone. Spirit's going to say, well, no, you have to try it like this, or no, you have to do it like that, or what about this? And then that's going to be something that kind of like, it's kind of like wiggling a loose tooth. It's going to be something that you're wiggling, wiggling, and it's like, huh, well, why don't I just try that? Like, why don't I just do this? Or else it's going to be really, really bothering me. So just be aware of this during this time. It just seems super interesting. So let's see. Let's dive deeper into spirit, angels, and spirit guides. Show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Yeah, the 8 of Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, totally great at work. So if you're looking at like starting up something, or, adding something new to your work, kind of like schedule, repertoire type of thing, you'd be really, really good at that during this time. You have a tremendous ability, kind of like to spin straw into gold. And that's going to be quite beautiful, which, I mean, flax into thread, which was the money-making backbone of Egyptian society for so long, the ancient world. So just know that here, that you can take something, have a very practical implication of it. And you can be thinking like it's too simple. It's not too simple. It's not. It's actually going to be something that others weren't seeing. You have the Emperor energy here. Emperor energy, Aries energy, that real sense of father energy coming forward. And that's what we're being told we're having a bit of trouble connecting with. A door is going to open to something that was once a gift of the fathers. Okay? So just be aware of this. I don't know if this is like something where you would have heard, oh, men only do this, or if this was, and even if you are a guy, like it's like, well, only these type of men did this, or we don't do this anymore. And you're kind of reconnecting with a tradition of yourself, okay, and for yourself. I also see this as this was more of a masculine aspect of your personality that, okay, so I'm just going to give you what's coming forward. I'm not a king anymore, so why would I be? So I'm just seeing this here as I don't have that life that I once had, like those riches, that prosperity. So, excuse me. So why would I be embracing this, trying this, walking down this path? So just be aware of this, that this is actually connecting you to something that was astoundingly lucrative, prosperous, maybe not to you at all in this life or to your ancestors in this life, but definitely to a past life self and to a past way of connecting, where it's like, if I connect with this idea, it it might not manifest into the wealth that it would have once upon a time, like in ancient times, but it brings me a wealth that is profound and changes the way that I move forward and changes the way that I kind of like play this game, play this game of cat and mouse on this earth, or play this game of like war of success, of prosperity, of, setting, like I see war the game, like strategically setting things up on the board. So just be aware of that. I don't know why that's coming through. So I think it's a bit odd, but like, I'm just going to go with it. With the Queen of Pentacles reversed, you're entering into a battle you've entered before. There's a real sense of like, I'm getting my hands dirty, I'm digging deep, into the earth, into what I desire. But there's almost a sense of like, okay, but now, because I've decided on that road, I can't embrace the road of wealth, prosperity, success, and finery. This is an outward show of wealth, but this is also nurturing seeds. So we're going to think it's either one or the other. Either I'm getting my hands dirty and I'm being all in, or I'm keeping everything pristine and I'm just doing certain types of things. So here, it's doing both. It's doing both, and that's going to be something that we're trying to balance, or we're trying to see, like, how does this work? Because there's a part of us that says, well, if I'm going to get my hands dirty, I'm going to go all the way. And if I'm going to keep everything pristine and about prestige, I'm going to go all that way. And with the Queen of Pentacles reversed, we're actually having a bit of difficulty embracing the finery, the prosperity, the abundance. We have to show it too. It's not saying walk around, like a peacock at all, but it's saying the quality of things matters. The quality that we adorn ourselves in matters. Again, this isn't saying that you have to shop at super expensive shops. This is saying I'm taking pride in the work that I do. I'm taking pride in the way that I'm presenting myself. I'm taking pride in the way that I'm moving forward. It's almost like this battle made you less proud of yourself. And what Spirit is saying here is it's time to take that pride back. It's time to take that power back. And it's time to create. You might be finding that you're starting to create with your own hands that which you really love and want and desire for yourself. And as that moves you forward with the Seven of Swords, you're going to be facing a battle again as you're a student, as you're planting these seeds, as you're learning, as you're discovering. And there's a real sense of like, am I going to waste all my time fighting? Do I even want to? Our priorities are really changing. I'm seeing us as being very reactionary in the very beginning. And Spirit is saying, acknowledge the reactionary aspect of it. Also acknowledge the reactionary responses that we had to things. It was like, I have this problem, I'm solving it. I have this negative energy coming at me, I'm fighting it. And now it's like, is this even worth my time? I know this isn't reversed, so we're not completely letting it go. We're up for a good fight, Cancer, and there's nothing wrong with that. Our sister sign, here, no, Cancer, our sister sign is Capricorn. But the Emperor, with like the structure, the ideas, okay, that's where that's coming in. The structure, the ideas, that Capricorn energy of prosperity, success, it's represented by the Pentacles in the Minor Arcana. Okay, we're finding a way to balance it, not be overcome by it, but to say, these are the rules. I get them. But this is the quality of heart, of emotion, of existence, of grace that I need. And I'm weaving that into everything. I stand up when I need to. I fight for myself when I need to. I embrace what I desire when I need to. I'm not constantly on guard because that's exhausting. It brings us to the Nine of Pentacles reversed. The Nine of Pentacles reversed is very much telling us that as we're unwrapping this gift, we're thinking, how can I use this in the future? Or, man, that would have been great if that would have happened in the past. But we're having a really hard time being right here, right now. There's a sense of the present, and it's like, can I embrace this? Do I know what to do with this? Do I know what I want? And the Nine of Pentacles reversed is questioning. It's questioning the harvest that we have. It's questioning the bounty that we move forward in. And there are a lot of questions that are overwhelming us. So to know that we need to step back, that's why harmony music, when we find ourselves being overwhelmed or just like completely out of the moment, is going to be so astoundingly beneficial for us, because we're going to see ourselves be able to say, okay, this is where I am. This is what I need. This is what's important. This is what isn't. This is where I need to be. Yeah, that's what I don't need right now. And we're going to have to sift through some things, and we're going to need to take the time to step back, because Spirit is saying here, we had a really long time where we were always preparing for the future. We're always preparing for the future. It's almost like eating, but saying, what am I going to make for dinner? Type of thing. And what we're going to see here, it's like, wow, I'm really going to enjoy that meal. Like, I'm really going to enjoy where I am right now. It brings us to the Queen of Swords. This is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If we're born on the cusp with Gemini, if we have air sign energy in our chart, we're going to find that our heart and our voice are really coming together. Also, if we don't have air sign energy in our chart, we're still finding that our heart and our voice are coming together. It just might take a little bit longer, or we're trying to find the right place to be as kind of assertive or blunt or to the point as we want to be. The Queen of Swords, cutting through doubts and fears and negativity. The Queen of Swords is insight, ideas, understanding. And it's also the only weapon within the tarot. And so when we see this forceness, this fierceness, this force of self moving us forward, we're initially going to get scared and be like, nope, can't do this, don't want this. I want everything to be calm and quiet and copacetic. And that's fantastic. But we need this fierceness in order to move us forward. We need this fierceness to say, this is what I want and this is what I don't want. One of our greatest powers and one of our greatest ways of being is going to be to embrace our voice, to embrace where we need to be, to embrace what we want to be, to embrace how we're moving forward. And that's going to be a game changer for us. So just knowing that that energy is coming in is going to be super important. With the Eight of Pentacles, on top of the Eight of Pentacles, both upright, we are such good workers. Like, it's amazing. It's amazing. We're totally impressed with ourselves, and we should be. The Eight of Pentacles is hard work, success, prosperity, bounty. It is taking a task and seeing it through, taking a task and seeing it through. If you want to add to something, if you want to cultivate something, this is the time to do it in. All right. This is a time that's going to be like really surprising for you. It's like, wow, I couldn't believe I could do that. Or I didn't think that that could be. So just knowing that during this time is going to be really important. There's also something here about somebody saying like, you're not a good worker, or you're not really good in this organization, or you don't really fit in here. And okay, fine. But you rocked it. They were intimidated. And that's kind of what you need to know right now. That's definitely what you need to know. Our subconscious message to be mindful of during this time, Five of Swords, that energy that's coming in, that's making us feel less than prosperous, less than bountiful, that's making us feel like we don't get to have nice things. We're done with it. It's a battle we faced before. We're going to face it now. All right. But it's a battle that took away everything. This is a battle here that we're facing that it's more than just like, oh, I had a disagreement and it was really upsetting. This is kind of like, it's either you're facing a past life energy or an energy that robbed everything from you and left you desolate in another life or another time. Or it is a person that in this life was really quite horrible to you. And you're going to see that when this energy comes forward, even if you are wearing the most expensive items, even if you have like all that armor on, like modern armor on, of like, these shoes cost this much money, this bag costs this much money, this tie costs this much money. It's not going to be enough to make you feel invincible. What is going to be the thing that makes you feel invincible is when you stand up for yourself, when you don't just step aside, because there's a tendency during this time for invisibility. And when you get into confrontations or when things happen, you can feel very invisible. And this is a time where you say to yourself, I'm embracing my prosperity and success. I am bounty. I am like amazing. And mean it, because that's going to be one of your biggest challenges during this time. Our subconscious chakra energy is self-mastery. This is the soul star chakra, located 6 inches above our crown. Oh no, this is our solar plexus chakra. And this is embracing our gut. This is embracing our intention, what we are seeing, what we are feeling, and knowing that our mastery of ourself comes when our tummy feels good, like when we are in harmony. And we feel that. We're going to feel that first in our gut. So listen to your gut. Our subconscious spirit message here is spontaneous. Do something spontaneous. Do something fun. Do something wild and crazy. It doesn't have to be anything dangerous. You don't have to at all do anything dangerous. I would prefer it if you didn't. But let it be something that makes you laugh. Let it be something that's silly and goofy and, just fun. And let that energy of spontaneity, of laughter, of joy fill your house. Let it be a part of you. Let it bubble up in your soul. Let it come out. Let it be. Our subconscious tarot message is the Six of Wands reversed. We're not insecure about moving forward. Actually, we're very secure about moving forward. We're scared, sure. Change is always scary. But subconsciously, it's like, no, I can do this. Convincing ourselves consciously of this might be a different story. And then our subconscious tarot message is finally the Nine of Cups. It's a wish being granted. It's everything spinning into harmony. It's things coming together. And it's like, wow, I got this. Because you got this, Cancer. All right, Cancer. I hope this reading has resonated with you. Let me know what you think of this type of reading. If you want to see more, if you don't, clue me in. That'd be really great. I'd really appreciate it from you guys. Okay. Again, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy. as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Cancer. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. God bless. Bye.